Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Ben from ShouldIGetIt.com, and in this video I want to talk about the pleasant secrets and surprises I have found of the Lexus RX 450h. Now we'll get started with the back, where you can just tap your foot under the power liftgate to open the trunk. And as you can see, this is really handy when you're carrying a lot of gear, which you can do in the RX because it's got a ton of trunk space when you fold the rear seats down. Everything I talk about in this video applies for the RX 450 and the 350. This particular one is a 450 hybrid with the F Sport package, as you can see on the steering wheel. And I'm not in this video because I actually want to show you from the driver's perspective what this is like. So first, I want to start with the radar cruise control and lane keeping assist because it does a really good job. As you can see, I've taken my hands off the wheel and I've set my cruise control now to 69 miles an hour. I can also adjust by just changing my foot on the throttle so I can drive like normal. And then once I take my foot off, it's not going to ask me to reset cruise control. It just sets cruise right where it's at. And you can see that the lane keeping assist, the lane centering, works really well. I'm driving right now from Los Angeles to San Diego, California. I've been on the 5 for about 50 miles now, and the car's been doing a great job. Sometimes it does lose the lane, in which case it gives a little warning. Right now it's just saying to hold the wheel to show that I'm being attentive, but I can also just hit the back button right there. Now it lost it. I don't know if you can see that yellow triangle, but when it loses it, it usually finds it pretty quickly. So radar, cruise control, and lane keeping assist is the first thing. If that car were to come in front of me, this car would slow down to make sure that I keep a safe distance, and I can adjust the distance with these buttons. Now, of course, you don't have to use these features. If you don't trust autonomous driving, that's fine. You can turn off lane keeping by just hitting this button here, and I do highly recommend using the radar cruise control. It's like cruise control, but even better. A lot of cars do have this now, but the Lexus RX does it very well, and I'm very satisfied with it. So that's thing number one. The second thing is that this entire display allows you to use CarPlay. Now that might not seem like a big deal, but if you haven't used CarPlay in other vehicles, you will know that sometimes you can't use CarPlay in the entire screen. So some BMWs, it only goes about here. Some Fiat Chrysler products like the Jeeps, it's a smaller part of the screen. And here you can use the full display. So as you can see, when we go into the wide split view mode, we have our map here, we have our navigation shortcut button, and then we have music controls as well. Now if I want to change, I could swipe over here, I can see my messages, all the regular Apple CarPlay stuff, but you can see that the screen is a little bit far away, so that is something I wish that the screen was a little bit closer. So I do wish that was changed. But what's nice is you can access Siri in many ways. So I can hold this button here. What is 2 plus 2? And then Siri will load and she will say 4 in a moment, and that'll happen whenever I actually get connection. So that's up to CarPlay and your service. You can also activate Siri in 3 other ways. You can hold here, and that activates Siri. And you can do that in any car, by the way. So if you're using CarPlay, you can hold on the bottom left. You can also use this trackpad in unison with the touchscreen. So hopefully you can see the Lexus trackpad here. I don't love the trackpad setup, but if you don't want to reach out and you want to just control it here, you can hold down for Siri, and Siri will activate there, as you can see on the screen. And also, if I want to change to my music or my maps, I could change with this trackpad here. And also, I can just say, "Hey Siri, what's 15 minus 4?
15 minus 4 is 11.
There we go. So I know that's a lot of different ways to use Siri, but I just wanted to show you in case you want to know all the convenient features there. As you can see, the lane keeping assist, going back to it, is doing really well. The car is holding this corner nicely, and we're coming up on some traffic. So you should see, as I keep my foot off, it's going to slow down for me. It's slowing down right here to 55 miles an hour, and then it's going to speed up as traffic starts to resume flowing a little bit faster again. I'm not sure if you can tell, but there is a heads-up display that I can see in front of me, so it has the navigation in it. It tells me if the lane keeping and radar cruise control is locked in, and it also has my speedometer and any warnings, so that's very nice. And we can also have various driving modes. So this is the F Sport model. We have Eco, which I'm driving in right now. We have normal mode / custom mode. And then we also have sport mode. So in sport, you do feel that the car gets a little bit faster. If I change it to sport, you can see the gauges change to white with red around them. And we have a lot more power in sport mode, to be honest. It's not as fuel efficient, of course, but you can feel the power difference, and also the ride is bumpier. So I've actually been enjoying the kind of plush ride and leaving it in eco mode for most of my driving. And right now, I believe I'm getting, let's see, 26.6 miles to the gallon, which for an SUV of this size is pretty good. Now going to the storage. In the front, we have two cup holders here. They can hold fairly large bottles. This is a 32-ounce Gatorade bottle that I have filled with water. And then we have actually a pocket for your phone, which is really nice. So the phone can go right in there. If you're using Apple CarPlay, unfortunately, you can't put it with the cable plugged in upside down, and there's no wireless CarPlay, which I found a little bit disappointing, but I know very few car manufacturers are doing wireless CarPlay, BMW being one of them. There is a wireless charger here for your phone, so if you have a newer smartphone and you're not using CarPlay or Android Auto, you can simply put your phone right there and it will charge for you, which is very nice. You can slide it in, still use Bluetooth for your music and phone calls. So if you're just going around town, you don't need navigation or access to Siri as frequently, then you're fine with that. I just use CarPlay because it charges my phone, and also I have a lot of voice control with Siri, so I can navigate. We also get heated and ventilated seats, which are an option, but they are standard in the F Sport package, and they are automatic climate controlled seats, which is awesome. So if you turn on the AC and then you get back in the car after shutting it off for a few hours or the next day, it will actually remember that you had the seat cooling on or the seat heater, and there are 3 modes, so you just click here. So you can have air conditioning, so at level 1, level 2, or level 3 in the seat. It feels really nice on my back and it's not too loud. Then we also have heated seat. And one of my favorite features, which has become popular in many cars, is brake hold. So if you tap brake hold, this hold icon will show up here. And that means that whenever you are at a stoplight, what you can do is come to a complete stop, take your foot off of the brake, and then the car will hold the brake for you. That's brake hold. And in that case, if you're at a long red light, you don't have to keep your foot on the brake. When you're ready to go, you simply tap on the gas pedal and the car resumes going. It is a feature that once you get used to, you don't want to get rid of. And I got used to this in the BMW 5 Series. My dad actually had the 540i. We got used to that. Then he got a Porsche Macan S without brake hold. And that's the one feature he really feels that he's lacking. But the Lexus RX 350 and 450h have it. This car also has a Mark Levinson sound system. It sounds fantastic. I've been listening to a lot of music through Spotify and Apple Music, wired in through CarPlay. Sounds great. Also sounds very good over Bluetooth. There's a CD player, so if you have a collection of CDs that you want to bring around with you, you do have a CD player here. The sound system sounds great. And you also have nice little cubbies in the door, which actually open up out to you. So you have an extra bottle holder or cup holder in the side door. You also have extra pocket space there. And the car is really nice. Another thing that I want to mention is that it has 2 USB ports up front here. These are 2.1 amps, so you can charge 2 phones here and a wireless charger, so 3 phones. And then in the center cup holder, you have 2 more USB ports, so you can actually charge 5 devices at the same time from just the front seats. But if you want to use CarPlay or Android Auto, you have to have this cable running in through the center box here. It does not work if you plug into those 2 ports, so that is a little bit disappointing. I wish you could just have a really short cable plugged in here, or of course, wireless CarPlay. In the back, you also have, of course, a power liftgate, as you'd expect. So overall, the Lexus RX 450h has been full of pleasant secrets and surprises. I have very much enjoyed my time with this car, and especially the lane keeping assist. In terms of autonomous driving, it does a great job.